Congratulations.
Okay, okay, it is Thursday, October 16th, 2025. It is 5:30 and I call the Library Board of Trustees meeting of the City of Palm Springs to order. So can I have a motion to accept the agenda?
We'll do roll call.
Oh, sorry, roll call.
Oh, roll call.
Roll call, guys.
Juanita Gardner,
Yes.
David Norgard,
Here.
Al Jones,
Here.
Gary Brackett,
Here.
Deborah Schwartz. Yeah, everybody's here.
Wow.
Thank you. Now, a motion to accept the agenda.
So moved. Oh, I second.
Okay, we move on to public.
We need to say aye or no.
Oh. Thank you.
So.
So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Great. Then we'll move on to public comment. This time has been set aside for members of the public to address the Library Board of Trustees on agenda items and items of general interest within the subject matter within the jurisdiction of the city. Although the Library Board of Trustees values your comments pursuant to the Brown Act, it generally cannot take any action on items not listed on the posted agenda. 3 minutes are assigned to each speaker. Do we have any public?
We have some guests online and then we have Andy, but no public comment.
Just, for any of you that are interested, I spent all day down there. The Friends of the CRD Library is having one of its, book sales this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they've moved it this time. It's going to be in the Cravens Student Center rather than in the building that we shared with Palm Desert Library. That's of interest, find out.
Great, thank you.
And that's it.
That's it. Great. Okay, do we have a motion to accept the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moving on to administrative reports. Do we have a report from the Friends of the Palm Springs Library?
I think I'm gonna have Julie speak. She's online working.
Hello. Yes, so the Friends will be having a book sale as part of Modernism Weekend this weekend. It starts tomorrow, and it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Wellwood Murray Memorial Library, downtown Palm Springs. And the hours will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and each day. And they have some fabulous books on art, architecture, and design that they'll be selling. And then on Saturday, as an addition, they're going to be having author David Wills there, and he'll be signing his book about Julia Schulman from 11 to 1. And that'll happen in the main room of the library. And so we encourage people to come and check out the book sale, as well as meeting the author and grabbing his book. Proceeds are going to benefit the Friends of the Library. And it's a great free event as part of Modernism Weekend. So they are happy to be participating. The other thing is that the Friends will be having their holiday bazaar on Saturday, December 6th, also at the Wellwood Murray Memorial Library. This is a very popular event. They create gift baskets with different themes, and they raffle those off. And it's a really fun event. They said that they have already 30 baskets assembled, and they're working on more. So who knows what the final number will be. But that will also be downtown at the Wellwood Murray Memorial Library on that Saturday, December 6th. I'm not exactly sure of the time. I think it's 10 to 2, but I can confirm that at the next meeting as well. So that's the things that they have on their upcoming schedule. They do have a house tour scheduled for the February Modernism Week. And so that is a house in Palm Springs. And tickets will be on sale through the Modernism Week website that I think go on sale on November 1st. So they will be publicizing that as well. So that's kind of the things that they have coming up. Of course, they continue to ask for donations of books and other materials that anyone wants to donate. So for them to resell. If you have a large donation, you can contact them and they'll set a time with you to drop off or pick up and that kind of thing. And you can reach them on their Friends of the Palm Springs Library.org website. And that also lists their phone number. Any questions?
I was going to say, what equals a large donation? Because I thought you have to contact them regardless of what you're donating, because I think
You know,
I've
if
got
it,
about 20 books. Is that large?
yeah, I mean, we said that if it was like a small bag, we could take it at the library and give it to them. But anything over that, we would want you to
Okay.
contact them and make arrangements. Yeah, so we could take just a small bag, a handful of books. Yeah, exactly. Very good. I like that, Deborah.
Okay, thank you. That answers my question.
Absolutely. And David, did you have a question?
Not a question, a comment. Attending the board meetings of the Friends over the past several months, I've really come to appreciate and admire just how much effort and ingenuity is put into these book sales. All of them, but particularly the architecture and design book sale that Julie just announced for us this weekend. It's quite amazing the kinds of materials that are donated to them that they then resell. Books that sell for $100, $200, $250, and so on. Sometimes autographs, sometimes not, sometimes first editions. These are collectors' items, essentially, that they get their hands on. And I just am very proud that we have that kind of group supporting the library, doing that kind of work on behalf of us all. So I just want to go on record as stating our appreciation and respect for what they're doing.
Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you, David. Palm Springs Public Library Foundation, do they want to wait and do the report when they do their presentation, or do we have a report now?
If the trustees are open to it, we would prefer to do both of our administrative presentation as well as the website presentation under agenda item 7A. Does that work for the trustees?
Yes, okay, that works, wonderful. Okay, so library staff report?
Hello. Welcome to a different room. But this room is bigger, so that's nice. And the city hall large conference room has been renovated. We would have been in there, except that we're on a different date. So Measure J has the room. The room is beautiful. Nice. Yeah, can't wait to show it to you. We had a very busy September. We did a wonderful groundbreaking ceremony, and not necessarily in this order, a ribbon cutting at the new Rimrock Library, and then the groundbreaking for the construction at the main library. And it all came together, and very, very exciting times right now. I've seen some pictures. And right now at the main, is this on the agenda? Status update? Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, I'll tell you later.
Teaser.
Yeah. We've got some good news from the California State Library. They were able to restore funding for the New York Times Online.
Yay.
So it's now back on our website. You can get a 3-day pass every 3 days. Whenever you need it. The idea is that you should create a free account online with the New York Times, so that once you bounce through our website into their website, you're already logged in. It's an easy process. I will also say our website, palmspringslibrary.org, has a really great link to the New York Times Online. And that is how you have to access the New York Times. You have to go through our website, click on the link, get the free pass, and that'll give you access to their website with all of their articles. And so that's a wonderful thing that's back for us. Thank you to the California State Library. Also from the California State Library, we have received a $6,000 grant for Zip Books, our fund program. The customers really love this program. So what it is when we don't own a particular book in our library collection, but you would like it, you can put in a request through Zip Books. We have a link on our website, and we check to see if we've already got it in order, or we own it or whatnot. And then we place the order through Amazon. It's shipped to your house, Amazon Prime, straight to your house, a new book. and you read it, and then we actually check it out to you on your library card account, and then you return it to us, and then we add it to the collection. So it's a great program. $6,000 won't go very far for us, but we are happy to have the money. They had a bucket of $1 million to share with all the libraries who requested money in the state, and it's become more popular, so we all have to share. But it is awards are based on a poverty level, and I guess good news for grants, but bad news for Palm Springs we are in a high poverty area, believe it or not, and they are. As an example, our schools, Palm Springs Unified School District, 90 or 95% of the kids get free or reduced lunches. 80%. And so 98%.
Wow.
Yeah. So a lot of the families here are not well-to-do, and so that benefits us as a public library because it allows us to qualify at a higher level for grants. So we got $6,000, and we're happy to have it. And then once we run out, we'll explore other options. Maybe I've already mentioned it to the Friends. They have supported us in the past with surplus money for this program. So
How long typically does that money last?
what do you think? 6 months?
Yeah.
If that, yeah. When we first got the program, it went like wildfire, and it's float off on them. It's declined a little bit, but we also have a really good book budget too. So don't be discouraged by the dollar amount. We do have a book budget where if we could just buy the book for our collection, it might not be part of this program. But yeah, don't think that we're not ordering anything, because we are ordering a lot of new things.
And do most who take it out return the book?
Yes. Yes, because it's checked out on their account, just like a regular book, and then they would get charged for the item if they don't bring it back. So just bring it back, we're fine free. We are having a really fun Halloween party. We're calling it Rimrocktober Halloween. And we are working with our neighbors at the Rimrock Plaza Shopping Center. So we are going to have a Halloween party. It's all ages, family friendly. It's on Tuesday, October 28th from 3:30 to 5:30. And what you will do is you'll start at the library, you'll get a goodie bag and a map, and then you will visit the participating merchants, trick or treat, get your map marked, and then bring it back and enter to win some really great raffle prizes. And I know I heard Julie, we got some new ones. Julie,
We did.
mentioned some of the raffle prizes that we have.
Oh yeah, so we have three. We have a family 4-pack to see Puppy Pals at the Plaza Theater. We also have a family 4-pack to see a Coachella Valley Firebirds game this season. And we just got a family 4-pack to the Palm Canyon Theater to see either The Wizard of Oz or I forgot the other show they could see. But anyway, they have a choice of 2 shows. And so we're really excited to be giving that out. And so when they bring back those maps that they visited all the different merchants, they'll be entered to win one of those 3 prizes. In addition to all the fun games and candy and other things that they get, and things that we have going on. Also Rocky the Ram and some baseball players from Palm Springs Power are going to be there, and Mix 100.5 are going to be there for the whole event and broadcast live from our event. So it's really going to be a fun happening time for families to come out.
Annie or Wizard.
Annie, that's what it was. Thank you, Jeannie. I could not remember.
Yeah. So it's going to be
So
a lot
it'll
of
come out
fun.
tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna have some great little fun games and activities, and we want to encourage people to come down to the shopping center and see the library and visit the merchants. And the landlords donated $2,500 to help us with this program. So remember, Pacific Castle, the owners of the shopping center, sponsored some of the advertising and some candy. So that's really wonderful of them to do that.
It is.
Let's see. And then we are having a free author event. You want to talk about that, Julie? To Jefferson
Yeah,
Park?
I have it on my list. Are you ready for me to do that?
Pass it on to Julie.
Okay. Well, so in October and November, we have some great events, as Jeannie was sharing. We still have our poetry club happening at the Wellwood every month. But where it's starting in November, we are going to bring back our movie screening. So on the second Friday of each month at the Wellwood Library, we're going to have movie screenings. So in November, we'll be restarting that. We'll be showing the Bridget Jones About the Boy and also The Complete Unknown. And then, as Jeannie was teasing you, we have a free author event. We're going to be hosting author T. Jefferson Parker. And he has a new book coming out called Wild Instinct. And for the first 50 people that come to the event, we are going to give a complimentary copy of that book to them. And then the best bookstore of Palm Springs is going to be there selling a selection of some of his other titles. In fact, this book, I think, is his 30th book. But they'll have a selection of his other titles as well as additional copies of the book in case you didn't get one. And that event is going to be held at the Mizell Center. And that's going to be on Wednesday, November 19th. And so we have a lot of different events coming up and happening. Things are getting scheduled. We have some holiday events in December coming. Save the date, Santa's coming back. And we have some other fun things coming. So, programming is really picking up again. And we're really excited about that. And then also, I just wanted to a few other reminders. On November 1st, the foundation is having Pride on the Page. That is all day on that Saturday, November 1st at the Cultural Center. The daytime events are free. We have some wonderful authors coming. And then the evening event is going to be featuring Chris Colfer from Glee. And the ticket is only $40 and you get a copy of his book, which he's going to sign after the event. So, oh my goodness, it's going to be so fabulous. So we definitely encourage people to come out. We just ask that you, for the free event, you register online, prideonthepage.org. And then the evening event is only a $40 ticket. So it's a great event and we're really excited about it. I also wanted to share that the fencing banners, fencing, if you haven't been by the library, is going up or has been going up this week. And I'm working on the fencing banners. We're going to start with 18 different banners that are going to be on the fence. Everything from renderings to a banner for the foundation, a banner for the Friends, a banner saying thank you to Measure J and to the California State Library. And very important, telling them where we're located, because as those snowbirds come back and they try to come to the library, they might be confused. So we'll have lots of great signage on there directing them to where we are located. So those will be going up before the end of the month. And then I am working on a 100-year celebration, as we shared and unveiled. This is our 100th year of library service here in Palm Springs. And so I'm working on an event that's going to happen in December. I have a tentative date of December 7th, but we'll have to get back to you with more details. But be on the lookout. There's some other things around that we're excited about. So a lot coming very soon about all of that. So I think that's everything on my list.
That's all I have too. Okay, thank you very much. Al, do you have the treasurer's report for us?
Right, you have in your packet, the last, and this is a comparison with our meeting on September the 4th. But I can't explain why we went from 1.693 million down to 1.563 million, which is the current, based upon the report.
These numbers still aren't reflective of, I think that they're trying to close out last fiscal year. And so I would just take these numbers with a grain of salt. I think we're gonna try to get them fixed next
I
time.
mean, they show you can track, but in terms of exactly what they're doing, so they're still closing it out and trying
Yeah,
to.
specifically on page 10, the budgeted categories are all wrong.
Right.
I mean, not all wrong, but they're not accurate. So I just emailed finance today to ask them to fix it, but I knew these numbers weren't gonna be accurate because we didn't, we're still working on getting it all. So, yeah.
So, I mean, it's nothing that earth shaking.
Yeah, I don't even think we've spent any money.
And it's on page 12 of your agenda. No, it says page 1 of page 12. Page 5. Well, it's some of the time.
Yeah.
Any questions? Somebody wanna make a motion?
No questions for Al. Okay, waiting to see if somebody had a question. Do I have a motion to accept the treasurer's request? Thank you. Thank you.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And now we're going to move on to the presentation from the Palm Springs Public Library Foundation Capital Campaign fundraising website.
Thank you. I realize, Mr. Brackett, you and I have not had an opportunity to meet. I'm Peter Pearson. I'm Executive Director of the Palm Springs Public Library Foundation. And I'm pleased to be here to report to the trustees. And I want to thank you, Mr. Brackett, for joining this great group of people and serving the community. It's no surprise to anybody that the foundation is launching a $7 million capital campaign. And the purpose of that campaign is twofold. The first $2 million is going to be to help the construction costs of the library renovation. And then the final $5 million is to create a permanent endowment that will support the library in the future. Innovative programs, sustainability of the programs that are starting through the renovation, whatever the library sees as its most critical needs from year to year, this $5 million endowment will help support that. And we're excited to be moving forward. The campaign is going to be announced publicly on October 27th. And before we even announce publicly, I'm happy to tell you that we've raised a significant amount in pledges to the campaign. I'm not going to give the specific number this evening because I'm aware of the fact that the media is present in our meetings, and I don't want to spoil the press release that's going to go out on October 27th about where the campaign is. What we do need to remind everyone of is the trustees have agreed that for the first $1 million that the foundation raises, the trustees will match with an additional $1 million. And I truly believe that that match that the trustees have provided has been a big motivator for individuals making early commitments to our campaign. So thank you so much for that. At a later date, probably the December trustee meeting, I'll be coming back to you probably with Bill Wiley, our board president, and we'll talk about how we want to move forward with how we mingle the foundation's $1 million, initial $1 million that we raise, and the trustees' $1 million of match. But it's a wonderful problem that we'll have to tackle together and figure out how we move that forward. So again, thank you for that. It's made a big difference, I believe, in people's willingness to make early commitments to this campaign. And hopefully you'll hear about that a week from Monday. So in preparation for the capital campaign, one of the things we've done is to create an additional website to the traditional foundation website. We believe that people who are interested in the capital campaign will go to the campaign website that's going to link to our website to look at the opportunities for naming opportunities, for making donations. And because of that, we have this new website that Jeffrey Norman, who's with us tonight. Jeffrey is a board member of the foundation. He's also the co-chair of our capital campaign, along with Ed McBride. And so I'm going to turn it over to Jeffrey to demonstrate the new capital campaign website. It's a very interactive site that I think you'll see is very exciting. We're thrilled with it. And of course, it will link to our traditional website also. So Jeffrey will take you through a demonstration of that, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. Jeffrey.
Thank you, Peter. First of all, I want to thank the trustees, not only for their service to the community, but for your generosity in helping the foundation for many years, particularly for the last several years in terms of your historic match. So we're delighted, and Ed and I have been working with a wonderful committee, and under the guidance of our fundraising counsel, Carol Tucci, who used to be the Chief Development Officer at the AP Health. We've created this new website, which I am hopefully sharing with you now. Can you see that?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so our fundraising council convinced us that we would be telling a more compelling story if we talked about the entirety of the amount that the library will ultimately be raising, that the foundation will ultimately be raising for the project. So that includes the money from the city, the money from the state grant, and bonding money. So that's why you see it tells a better story that we have raised 45 million plus toward a $52 million goal. So that's why you see that. So this is a very interactive website. We talk a little bit about the fact that we're starting a new chapter. A lot of the language comes from the fiscal case statement that I hope some of you have seen. But it's very clear. We have endorsements from prominent people throughout the city, and then it's a lot of fun to kind of go on here. And if we go here into virtual tour, this is the configuration, the new configuration of the library, and you can just press on one of these, for example, uh, and you can right now tonight, if you'd like, you can reserve the pond for a gift of $200,000. So everything we press on here. Sorry.
No, we were just admiring the map. It looks good.
Oh, okay, great. So here we see that the passport office has actually been reserved. Um, and you can get the entire campus here. So there's a library. You can name the entire campus for a $5 million gift and such. So people can enjoy kind of going through the different areas here. Here's the Fry Building, which of course we know has been named for for the Friends of the Library. Uh, here are here's just a general listing of all of the different spaces that can be named. So you can click through there, and if you say, you know what, I would like to sponsor the local history and culture area, you get a similar reaction than when you go through the virtual tours. We've got an area for our donors, uh, and then you can actually be part of the case statement here, but you can also download a PDF of the case statement. So if you happen to be talking to some people and they're interested, you could just print this out yourself and show it to people, and it would be a great way to get people involved with the campaign. We've got a way to just kind of get more information here in the contact section. There will be upcoming a monthly newsletter. We have been working with a communications consultant, Cara Van Dyke, who's doing wonderful work for us and is helping to orchestrate the announcement of the campaign on the 27th. She will also be responsible for the newsletter. And then, we'll always have to have a donate button somewhere. And so the donate button brings you right here. And if you can make your donation anonymous. If you want to make it over a period of a pledge period of 2 to 3 years, you can put that here. Somebody will get back to you and make sure that your pledge and first payment is properly recorded. So we're really kind of delighted. This is a wonderful tool, and all of the materials that will be going out going forward regarding the campaign will have a link or a printed listing of this, which is the psplnextchapter.org. So we're excited and hope you enjoyed looking at this, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
So I do have a question. What if somebody doesn't want to go to a website because they don't like websites? Can they just call and make a donation?
They absolutely can. So if you say donate, and right up here, it says more ways to give. And they can make a check payable to Palm Springs Public Library and mail it to the address, or they can just send an email to info. So we will find any way we can to make sure that we get their donations.
Wonderful,
And
thank
even
you.
you could call the library too, if there's, just said, hey, I want to talk to somebody from the foundation, and we'll definitely route you to the proper person too, if you're not sure where to go. Always go to the library.
That's wonderful. Does anyone have any questions, comments?
It looks great.
Looks great.
It really
It's
does.
beautiful, and I will say that the foundation and Julie, we all worked with Group 4 architects to add additional renderings that we hadn't seen before. So they'll be on this website, like this view is the future south entrance.
That looks so
Yeah.
good.
So it's very pretty.
Yeah,
Yes,
we are very grateful that Jeannie and Julie have been incredibly helpful throughout this process, and we greatly appreciate that. Did I see a question?
yes. David, go ahead.
Thanks. Perhaps, I'm imagining wrong. The way I've been hearing this is that this campaign, what I've heard about the campaign, I imagine being relating mainly to individual prospects. So my question is about business sponsorships and grants or gifts from other charitable organizations around town, such as service clubs, churches, synagogues, et cetera, et cetera. Could one of you gentlemen comment on that aspect of the campaign, assuming that's part of it?
I'll be happy to comment on that. We're definitely pursuing gifts not only from individuals, but also from foundations and corporations. And in fact, currently, with the number of pledges that we've already received, that includes 2 donations from local foundations. So they're already in the mix. We're going to be doing additional research on local foundations. And one of our board members has agreed to do any grant writing that might be necessary for those foundation funds.
Excellent, thank you.
Mhm.
Any other questions or comments? No? Well, that was a wonderful presentation. It looks like your website is super easy to navigate, which is really a big plus, I think, with a lot of people. So it's wonderful. I mean, it's beautiful, and then it's easy, so you win.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations.
I will pass that along to all the colleagues that worked on this.
Is this something that we have to approve, vote on? No,
It's just a
right? Just a
presentation.
presentation. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much.
And this will be officially, this website will be officially launched on October 27th, along with the entire campaign.
Oh, great. Thank you for that.
Mhm.
Well, thank you.
Okay, so we're going to move on to committee assignments. So you have a list of our current assignments. And I believe last time we talked, Deborah, there was something that you were not able to do anymore. Has that been removed?
Huh?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
how-
yeah, the friends.
The
Yeah.
friend, so you're no longer on.
No, I'm
Okay.
just with the
And
foundation.
the other was to give Gary
To give
time.
Gary
Yeah.
time to think about what he
Oh,
would
right.
like to do.
I'm open wherever you think I would.
Well, whatever, if you have time, like Deborah was with the Friends, but she can't do it because of time constraints. Is that something that would
Sure.
stop you from, could you do that? Okay,
Sure.
all right, great.
They're a great group.
Okay, so we're gonna head and add Gary to the Friends. And David, are you staying on that?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yep, halfway.
Okay,
Gary, the Friends meet the second Tuesday of the month at 2:00.
Where?
Right
Yeah.
out here.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the light.
Okay. Well, I assumed the library, but then I thought, I don't think you have a
This room.
meeting space.
Yeah, right here, this evening.
okay. So I have a question for you, Jeannie. Are we required to have 2 trustees on each?
No,
It doesn't matter?
No.
Okay, Great.
It just worked out well.
Okay, just worked out perfectly then.
I mean, I would say actually the standing committees, well, I don't know. Your bylaws, let's check. Cause you might need two on the budget for sure.
Well, we have two on the
We have
budget.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have two on
And
the
that's
budget.
worked out well.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it would just be measure J and advocacy, would be the only two that have just one person, so.
Is that Drew was texting me?
Yeah. that's cool.
Committees. Chair may establish whatever standing committees deemed prudent for the conduct of the board's business with the approval of the board. The chair shall appoint all committee members. The chair may dissolve standing committees with the approval of the board. The nominating committee, it doesn't say number of people. I'm assuming because it's a committee, it needs
Yeah,
a couple of people. Ad hoc committees, they shall, members must include two trustees and may also include city staff, members of the general public, and outside experts.
Okay,
So we do need to.
so we need someone else on a measure.
And then
J.
Jeannie, I don't see nominating committee on here.
That one, it happens when it's
And
time.
it's needed.
Okay, just when it's needed. Okay.
Yeah,
Juanita and I were that committee last time.
yes.
Yeah, you.
Yes.
I could do measure J with
Oh,
Al,
that'd be great.
Okay.
because Al and I are already doing the foundation.
Yes.
I don't know what that involves, but,
All right, now it hasn't involved a whole lot.
okay, well, in that case, put me on it. Sounds like my kind of
In the past, it was kind of an advocacy just for library funding.
Yeah.
For the renovation.
They've been so focused on other things that it's,
Okay,
anyway,
all right.
very much paid.
Well, whenever something comes up, I will be your co-pilot.
Do you want another person on advocacy? Did you say?
I mean, that would
I
be
could
nice.
do that.
Would you do that? Okay, thank you very much, good.
When does that mean?
That's, if we need to go before council and just say something about in support of the library.
So it doesn't-
It's not a regular meeting, it's, yeah.
That's good. I like that. I like that.
That
I'm
works
happy
for
there.
you, okay. That's wonderful. Great, okay, so,
David, you want to say?
oh,
Yeah.
just speaking of meetings and so forth in these committees. I've been happy to attend the Friends Board meeting regularly. And we'll plan on continuing to do so. There probably are times in the year that I may be traveling, so hopefully we can coordinate.
Cool.
Al and I do
We
the
coordinate.
foundation.
Yeah.
great,
We rarely miss it, actually. I think we.
No,
enjoy it.
we've both been there.
It's great. Good job, Peter.
okay, so, we have amended these assignments or added people to these assignments,
So
as
I'll
they
just
are-
read it back to
Yeah,
you.
go ahead.
So the only changes, everything as printed is the same with the addition of Gary Brackett on advocacy, Gary Brackett on Friends Liaison, and Deborah Schwartz as Measure J Liaison.
Right, okay, so do I have a motion to?
So moved.
it? Thank you,
Second,
wonderful, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. And so now we move on to item C, trustee request of city council to allow up to 2 virtual meeting attendances per fiscal year. I mean, there's a lot of information here. Does anyone want to have a discussion on this, or do we?
I can
Is
tell
this-
you
okay.
about the documents that are attached to your
Okay,
packet, just so that you are familiar with what.
Those are the ones you gave us earlier.
what we got.
I saw yellow highlighted.
yeah,
So
language.
starting in your packet on page 16 is a cup, and all the way to the end of the packet is regarding the city council's handling of boards, commissions, and the city council attending meetings. This is a COVID era state restriction, they changed it and, the city council let me find the staff report. In here,
We just disagree with the city council.
25, yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So on page 25, the December 14th, 2023 city council meeting, they discussed and voted on teleconferencing of city council and city boards and commission meetings. And they voted that all commissioners and city council members shall appear in person at all the meetings. So then the memo that's on page 16 is a memo from the city clerk explaining to us how to write our agendas and how to include all of the text and all that. I will say that just so you know, and I don't know how the city council is going to handle this, this Assembly Bill 557 bill is only in effect until January 2026. But is it the one?
Is that right?
AB 557.
Maybe 557.
I read this somewhere in this text. Oh, right here on page 24. This section shall remain in effect only until January 1st, 2026, and as of that date is repealed.
Oh.
But
Loophole.
then I don't know what that means for the city council and the boards and commissions. So,
But we're bringing it to their attention. I mean,
yes, you are certainly
I
entitled,
talked with Ron,
yes.
I
Yeah.
talked with 2 or 3, I think you've talked with some. And they're prepared to take it up. I think the general consensus is we are all very busy people doing multiple things, and whether Juanita is sitting next to me in person here or via Zoom doesn't make a whole lot of difference to the
Yeah.
content of our discussion, the direction of what we're doing. And so we want to be sure it's, and I will say there is another commissioner too that does in fact use Zoom. For the commission meetings.
Oh.
Nameless, but, so I did some review of that as well. So it's really, and now you've got this strength of this where it sunsets on January 1st to 26th. I don't, my guess is no city council member is aware of that. Quite frankly, the ones I've talked to, nobody said, oh gosh, this is gonna go away on January 1st to 26th. Anyway, so it's a moot point.
I like the word only in this sentence.
Okay,
It shall remain in effect only until January.
Yeah.
only until then. So to me, that releases it. I think what we want to do is, and actually, this came from you as well. You
Good.
were very strong because you wrote a letter. I was talking to people. You actually wrote a letter to the city.
Actually, I think, no, I wrote it to Jeannie who passed it on, right?
That was it. Okay.
Because I remember sent you an email. Did you pass it on?
I don't know.
Yeah, you did at the time.
I think you
did.
said you did. You said you were going to. You say you did.
Yes.
You said
I did put it in,
Ago, yes.
it was 2 months ago, you know, I did put it in writing,
Right.
so.
Oh, I did, because I had asked the clarification about it, and then they said, oh, no, you're not supposed to be being virtually, you're supposed to be in person.
Well, we mostly are.
We are mostly. But, and what we were proposing here, I think was a compromise, just simply saying, you know, there's actually only 11 meetings, because
Right.
some will meet in August, we don't, others
Right.
do.
Right,
But out of the meetings that they have, they can miss up to 2.
yeah, we weren't.
And
planning
it's
to
not really
abuse-
miss up to 2, they participate via Zoom.
Right, that's
So they're
right,
not missing the meeting, they're just participating.
because otherwise we will have, I know I'm gonna have to miss a meeting in March if we can't
Right.
do it.
And you are allowed to miss meetings,
I know.
It's just a certain number, then it
I
becomes
just felt
excessive.
that that's too.
Yeah, that's not really the issue.
Right.
That we're allowed to, it really has to do with our ability to participate. Like
Yeah.
Deborah last time, she could listen and not make a comment.
Right, right. Oh, when I was
She could
sick.
ask questions and work it in that way, but I've been in that position too.
Yeah.
It's not good. So this is why I suggested when you considered we don't really have any agenda items, I said, oh yeah, we do. This is an important one as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned.
no, I agree.
So
So you are the trustees, what would you like to do? Would
you
you
want
like
to make a motion?
send a
A motion
memo
to the city council?
How about you make a motion to direct the director of library services to write a memo on your behalf
Okay,
I
or
would,
you can help me draft it or.
yeah,
whatever.
well,
we'll.
what I would rather, simply because of the strength of that it would carry, is have the letter come from the president of the trustees.
Okay.
Juanita, I would like it
Whatever
coming
you
from
want.
her on behalf of the board.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
that's good. We can
As
look at
opposed
it.
to you, nothing personal, it's just, I think it adds strength to it that it's coming as a, from the board of this.
So it's from all of us.
I agree with that.
It's from all of us, yeah.
It should come from our chair.
With the CC
Yeah.
to Jeannie, of course.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
So
And-
the motion then, I will make the motion
Okay,
that we will, as a board, draft a letter that will go out of, under the director's name, the president of our, what is your title?
the chair.
President.
The chair.
Library board.
The library chair, the board of the chair of the board, under all of our names.
Great.
About being able to not miss, but
No.
dial in via Zoom or
Right, be
another
careful with the word
electronic means,
Yes,
up to 2.
and I would like to.
Just say
amend that, suggest that there be
participate.
A reference to there about, that this is sunsetting anyway on January 1st of 2026.
Yeah.
Doesn't say miss, say participate.
No, you're right, not miss,
Yeah.
just be there
Be
virtually.
able to
Participate
participate
virtually.
virtually.
And,
Yes.
and vote.
Yeah, and have full,
Well, full participation,
full participation,
participation.
exactly.
be able to fully participate in the meetings via Zoom.
Yeah, yeah. I think the phrase would be with seat, voice, and vote.
Great.
And I just want to say that I very strongly endorse this proposition that you and I had spoken casually about, what, last meeting, I guess. It seems to me in this day and age, we all recognize that the technical capability for a teleconference is very good. And for the most part, secure. Yes, there are gaffes, there are problems that arise occasionally. We're aware of that too, but for the most part, it's secure. But after all, it's a public meeting in the first place, so why is that such an important concern anyway?
That's right, this isn't a secret meeting.
Yeah, and so, given the nature of our business, it's not that we necessarily have to be on site, touring the facilities and overseeing the physical processes of the library. That's not what we do.
Right.
Our tasks are quite different.
But you do raise another important point, I think, because of the new technology, more people can participate.
Yeah, that's right.
The
So,
other thing is that this is a volunteer group. And
right,
so when we're asking people to volunteer, and they're not being paid, then we need to give them allowances
Be a
to
little,
be able
yeah,
to
a little,
participate.
a little
right?
leniency.
yes.
That's a very good point.
But again, the emphasis is not that we're missing a meeting.
No.
Or participating virtually.
Full participation,
Right.
so with seat.
See, voice, and vote, yeah.
Equals and vote.
Yes.
Could I make a suggestion
Yes.
that you,
Oh, yeah.
I know,
Hold on
sorry.
here.
Oh. That you, have a volunteer ad hoc subcommittee to work on the letter so that you're not violating the Brown Act by all of you working on this via email or something.
Oh, that's a good point.
Something, and then because it sounds like multiple people want to work on the letter. So would that
Needs
be,
to be a couple.
Why can't the board be
Yeah.
the committee?
then it would need to be a public
And it
meeting.
would have to be.
Oh, so we need a
I see.
subcommittee.
Then you
Well,
have
I
to have
volunteer to
an-
be on it, if not lead it, so.
Okay,
So I don't know if you all, whatever, I just wanted to try to make sure that we're not violating the Brown Act by working.
So how
with
about
different
violate, how many
private.
people would need to be on it so that we don't violate?
Only two.
two.
Al,
I'll do that.
You and I.
You and I both expressed it.
The two
yeah,
of
so we
you-
might as well.
the two of
Well,
you might as
I'll
well
send
write
you
it.
a draft and
Okay.
then you can edit.
And
Okay,
then you would send it to me, I guess, then
Well, yeah, and
then
Juanita.
well,
No,
try not to do
So-
all of that, but it somehow needs to get to you, but,
for
without,
Brown Act,
that is kind of
it
serious.
needs to go to, you two need to send it to Jeannie, and Jeannie would send it,
the Juanita.
No,
yeah.
Oh, so Al and I send it to Jeannie. Jeannie blesses it, so to speak, and sends it to Juanita, and it goes out under Juanita's name.
I get, yeah.
Is that right?
It's still a little,
it's okay.
I don't know, I'll have to inquire, but I think that, I think if
Well,
we're
if it's
talking about
going-
it publicly, that
If
we're doing
it's
it
going,
now.
yeah, if this letter is coming from this committee,
Yeah,
This board.
this board, excuse me, from this board,
yeah.
can't it go directly to you and you just present it as coming from the board? It doesn't necessarily have to be a letter from me representing
It
the
could be
board,
from
but
all of you.
from all of us.
Okay.
So then it leaves me, I mean, it leaves that problem
We'll
out.
put you
where-
at the top of the list.
I mean,
of
that's,
names.
that's fine, but what I mean is I don't wanna violate the Brown Act in any way, so if
Right.
this helps, then let's
Okay.
just do that, so you send it to her, she
All right.
looks it over and sends it on.
All right.
And if you can amend your
I
motion.
think so. I mean, I'm not the city attorney. I don't know what you'll say.
If-
Yeah, I'm
Ask
confused.
ChatGPT.
Repeat what you're saying.
Okay, so first of all, if you have suggestions, like you mentioned, seat, voice and vote.
Mm.
Let's talk about it here. Let's put
Yeah.
put it out here because it's public and it's on the agenda. This is good. And then, what I was gonna suggest is that you, revise your motion a little bit to, have, an ad hoc subcommittee. And what, I don't know what you wanna call it, virtual meeting, ad hoc subcommittee.
Yeah, there you go,
Virtual meeting ad hoc
meeting.
subcommittee.
It's
That's
a
what it is.
one-time event, it's a one-time thing, so you have volunteers volunteering for it, then you can to write the letter to say these things,
I,
right?
yes, um,
I'm confused.
I move that the chair appoint an ad hoc virtual meeting subcommittee and empower it to draft and send a letter to city council on behalf of the entire board of trustees.
Wonderful.
Bravo.
Yes.
That's it.
Second,
I like that. I like that.
That works.
Okay.
I hope somebody got that down.
second.
It's
It's all recorded by
Being
Sarah.
recorded, being recorded.
Should we appoint or volunteer?
Well,
The chair
I
appoints
can
committees.
appoint them, yeah,
The chair
so,
appoints.
Yeah, since it's an ad hoc meeting.
so, I appoint Deborah Schwartz and Al Jones.
Okay,
Okay,
Great.
and we accept.
we
Okay,
accept.
wonderful.
And then,
Alright.
but, one thing that I was gonna mention, since we're on here and we're all talking about, I am a member of the Inland Library System. Administrative Council, and we are a public body, and we meet virtually. So,
Precedents.
we follow the Brown Act. The way that we do it is that we do like you used to do, we post the address of every public meeting location. If I'm attending virtually, I post the agenda at my site. I am required to have guests, if anyone comes and wants to attend the public meeting,
That's what we've done.
we have to find a place for them.
Yeah.
In our different library locations, and that is, following the Brown Act. So it's not unheard of.
We've done it
It's
before.
part of the, I think I read it in here somewhere that there's. Yeah, so you might, if you want to mention that in your letter too, that it's not outside the norm of what's allowed.
Yeah, but I think that's a very good point to carry forward into the letter. That there's this precedent of whatever that group is. And
Yeah,
that,
wait, what is that
And
group
then-
again?
What did you say it was,
I
inland?
recorded it.
Oh, but I'm not gonna, cause if I'm gonna draft something, what's the name of that group? Jack?
Oh, my group is called the Inland Library System Administrative Council.
Okay,
I was looking, right here on your packet, page 18. Section, I don't know, it's about 2/3 way down, it says, D3, I think is how they would say this one. If the legislative body of a local agency elects to use teleconferencing, it shall post agendas at all teleconferencing locations. Each teleconference, you find that page 18, about 2/3 of the way down the page. It has a number 3 in front of it. If the legislative body of a local agency elects to use teleconferencing, it shall post agendas at all teleconference locations. Each teleconference location shall be identified in the notice and agenda of the meeting or proceedings, and each teleconference location shall be accessible to the public. During the teleconference, at least a quorum of the members of the legislative body shall participate from locations within the boundaries of the territory over which the local agency exercises jurisdiction except as provided in subdivisions D and E.
Which are,
Notwithstanding,
DNA.
if a health authority conducts teleconference members who are outside may be counted. Use teleconference without complying.
does that mean if we're traveling, we're not within the confines?
Right, but if
But
you,
it
the
just has to
legislative
be-
body may use teleconferencing without complying with the requirements of paragraph 3. If it requires.
Just says a quorum
Complies
has
with
to be
paragraph.
within.
Yeah, wherever you are and you can give an address. The addresses I used to give is when I was in Puerto Vallarta, because I had an apartment there.
Yeah,
And I would welcome anybody, and there's a lot of people that come from Palm Springs, as a matter of fact, but no one has ever taken advantage.
Yeah, you have to let them
Here. But it just means you're somewhere.
We'll be there in
else.
February.
Yeah.
But I'll say for the.
But you have to give an address, you have to give an
We've
address.
never had this issue come up where you haven't had a quorum in person.
Yeah.
yeah,
Just
that's true.
honestly, it was 3 out of 5 as he was.
Okay,
Good.
all right.
I mean, if
So
that's,
we'll
that
draft
is an issue.
something as part of our duties in this subdivision. Okay,
Okay,
great.
wonderful. And then did you all vote? Did you get a second? You have a-
Yeah.
Oh, I moved.
Well,
Second.
you gotta
Yeah,
get it.
okay.
I seconded.
In favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Review the report to write that up.
Yes.
It's all on tape.
3 of us, 3 to 4 of us are gonna figure that out.
Amended.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Okay, thank you. And now we're going to move on to library renovation update.
Okay, so, we have, we've been given some pictures from, I'm not gonna share the pictures, they're, I'm not prepared to share pictures with you yet. But, I will tell you that I have seen that they have taken out the shelving, they have, removed the carpet in the main room. I know they've started, the pictures I saw that was being removed. And so, the building looks really, really large. And then I did see that, they are putting up fencing around the property.
Mm-hmm.
And, so like Julie said, we're gonna add the nice banners to help guide people and inform people, which will be fun. I did notice in some of the photos that they have, the Fry building basically completely tented for asbestos removal. They're
Oh.
being very safe. And, also
There's
why
a lot
we're not
of them.
allowed in there. And then, there is also, I saw a picture of in our community room, the kitchen had an asbestos tent. So I'm sure it's the linoleum,
Yeah.
the original 1975 linoleum that
Yeah.
they're removing right now.
Yeah.
So they're being very careful and, very exciting to see it all happening. I can't wait. I know that the parking lot will still, it appears the way they're fencing it. There will still be about half of the parking lot available for baseball or any activities happening at the park. But it's not very much room. So
No,
if you're planning to go to Sunrise Park this weekend,
yes,
please carpool or.
yeah, we already
Plan
thought about
or
that.
Plan accordingly because
Yeah.
the parking will be extremely restricted.
Yeah. Kind of figured that.
Park at high school.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. The high school's close.
Yeah.
High school's
Yeah, that's a
close.
good
Got a
idea.
big
That's
parking
where
lot.
we were talking,
Yeah, that's a great idea.
from our neighborhood.
Yeah, we're all carpooling.
Julie, anything, or Lisa, anything I need to tell them about the renovation? We're just kind of like, yay.
Keep going.
Yes.
Vaya con Dios.
That's right.
No, I'll just continue to post updates to engage Palm Springs, but other than that,
That's right.
I don't no other news.
Right, and so yes, Engage Palm Springs, that's where you can go to get information. We will post some pictures there. I would also suggest that you sign up for the library newsletter. To find the link to sign up, you can go to the Palm Springs Library or palmspringslibrary.org or pslibrary.org. Scroll all the way at the bottom and there's a little button that says join our mailing list. And we send out a monthly newsletter that tells about all of our upcoming events, and I write a little, a mini article about what's going on. So, cool, doing that for a couple of years now, and Julie does the rest of it.
Wonderful. Okay, so, Anything for future agenda items that anyone? has on their mind?
And I guess that is a question too. Do we have agenda items for the November meeting?
Remember
Well-
that you'll be down at
3 weeks.
one trustee. I will not be here for the November.
It's November 5th,
Okay.
and that is
3 weeks.
Yeah, November
Less
5th.
less than 3
I
weeks.
mean, the only thing is if that letter
Yeah, I'll do that.
produces a response, that would be the only thing that I can think of other than just
And I
keeping up.
can't imagine that it would produce a response because
Not,
well, you've got to
not
write
that
it.
quickly.
You've got
No.
to write it. Council has their meeting on
Yeah, but
it.
yeah, I guess it also
Next week.
definitely ask them for their support to make a change.
Yes,
Or acknowledge that it goes away anyway, the 1st of January.
or so we think.
And
Yeah.
so think, that's a good point.
We have to do our board packets pretty quickly, because if there's just a few, so we have.
I know, it's November is only 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd have to report that this by Wednesday.
We have to do our board packets basically like next week.
Yeah.
The 20th.
Do we need
You
to
need to
meet?
meet?
Do we need to, I mean, if we don't, then there's no point in just
We don't have-
meeting for.
Save a tree.
Yeah, definitely, save
But,
the tree.
and if we hear back from city council, we can always schedule that for December.
Right, and I think the December meeting, you're gonna have some activity because the foundation wants to come back and share
Yeah.
about their launch and talk to you about the match and.
Speaking of the foundation, is Peter gone?
Yeah, he had to run.
Okay, you all get an invite to Gary Grace's house on the 11th? No, there's
Mm-mm.
it's
It's
a
a-
cocktail
It's an
party thing.
invitation.
Oh, it's invitation only.
We're
Okay,
not-
so I guess only those of us, did you get it?
I did, but I'm gonna be out of town.
All right, then I'll go and represent us and report back. I didn't realize it was invitation only. I thought the board was part of that.
And we, well, I think they are, but we didn't,
I think they invited all board members.
we
I
didn't
thought they did.
publicize this because we.
It's not, yes, I understand. It's a private event, but the board is involved, so.
Yes.
Oh,
If
we'll
you
take
want to be.
that away from them. You know, it's just that simple.
No, yeah, and.
That was joke, that was
No.
a joke, look, listen.
No, but I was just thinking about the November meet, if you wanna wait, we can post a cancellation on that, and then we would have to.
I think because it's so close where we are right now, we
Yes.
forget the November meeting, and we take up whatever we need to in December. And that'll give time to.
Hopefully we'll have a response by then.
Right,
Yeah, we'll have something to discuss. or
Yeah.
talk about.
we need to ask for a response some way.
Oh, yes, yes. This is
Not
not
just
just a statement, it's a request.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the December meeting would be the 3rd.
Mm-hmm. Are you
I'll
out?
be there.
but
Be
maybe
on
by
a cruise
Zoom,
ship.
maybe by
I'll
Zoom.
be on
Maybe
a
you'll
cruise
go-
ship
oh.
if I can get that kind of Wi-Fi.
No, that's okay.
I can get Wi-Fi, I'll see
It's the
you.
location that would be hard to specify.
That's true. Somewhere in that.
I meant see.
That address.
Somewhere between Florida and
You'll have to send the longitude and latitude.
For that particular time
Yes.
and day, yeah.
So
Do they have to
basically,
vote?
we could,
Do they have to
there's
vote to
no-
cancel November?
No, because there's no agenda item, but what we
Oh,
can
okay,
do,
good.
have a lack of agenda, and we would
Oh.
just can't due to lack of
Right.
agenda.
Oh, we can do that.
Sounds good.
Let's
You have
do
nothing
that.
to
That
do.
makes
I think,
better
I
sense.
think,
That's
I think, yeah,
safer.
there's no point in meeting just to meet.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, absolutely. So then our next meeting would be December
3rd.
3rd.
Yeah, we did, we got a lot accomplished just getting the library renovation going, so that,
Yeah.
the longest, biggest buildup, and now it's going. Okay, so we'll do that, we'll post the cancellation, try to get that out pretty quickly so that everybody can free up their schedules.
Great.
And we did it.
Okay, thank you. It is now 6:34. The meeting of the Library Board of Trustees will adjourn. And our next scheduled meeting will be December 3rd.
Thank you very much. Where's the restroom?
Just
I'm right there, thank you.